Hey, this is Scott Jones. Just headed from work and headed to the house and was moved by the spirit to stop here and give another video. And this is becoming a habit. But today I want to talk about same sex marriage. You know, in these days and times, same sex marriage has become more acceptable than it would have been in years past. Uh, Now, the question of gay and lesbian rights, that's something altogether different to me. Uh, I live in America, and I do not believe that a person, because of their sexual orientation, should be denied a job, food, or other things that every human being wants. I am a Christian, so I have a definite opinion about homosexuality and lesbianism, but I don't believe that gives anyone the right to abuse people because of their sexual orientation, whether that abuse be political, spiritual, or physical. Uh, but in the question of same sex marriage, it is simply this: same sex marriage is not real marriage. Real marriage is between a natural born man and a natural born woman. It's not between people of the same sex. It's not between two transgenders, people who have had operations to alter their bodies. That is not marriage, and it never will be. People who are engaged in that are engaged in some type of moral masquerade. And it's to the point where if you say anything about it, people look at you as bashing gays or bashing lesbians. And that's not what is going on. If you are a Christian, it is clear in the book of Romans and in the book of Leviticus that the whole homosexuality, men dressing up like women, women dressing up like men, that's not godly. That's not in alignment with God. Uh, Human sexual reproduction is between male and female. That is a biological fact. And here in these days and times, it's been convenient to try to rearrange facts, rearrange reality to suit a person's abnormal lifestyle. And the truth is this: homosexuality and lesbianism is not the human norm for sexual reproduction. It's not. Uh, Now you can say, well, you're judging me. You know, I'm a person, I have a same sex partner, I'm married, and you're judging me. No, I'm not judging you. I'm calling you out for what you are. You are a pretender. Marriage is a sacred institution established by God, given to man eons ago. And it always has been between a man and a woman. Okay? Uh, what you're doing is some type of mockery at worst, uh, a foolish waste of time at best. You know, it's time to stop this silliness. For the past 10 years, we've had to endure, us, the masses, uh, the community of homosexuals and lesbians, and, you know, walking on eggshells. You know, it's one thing to come out and verbally abuse homosexuals and lesbians. That's not right. But it's another thing to, whenever you speak your religious opinion or state the fact that you're opposed to it, then you're automatically thrown in as a gay basher and a lesbian basher. And that's not right. It's the same thing if a gay person or a lesbian person says, well, I feel that most Christians are intolerant. They don't tolerate people. They're prejudiced. They're sexist. They're backwards. Okay, that's your opinion. But it would be wrong if we lived in a Christian-dominated government society where, okay, if you say that, then we take your sponsors, or we strike your channel, or we take your livelihood, just because you stated your opinion, what's in your heart. That's not right. And I'm going to tell you something else is not godly. Because Jesus Christ would say this, I believe. If you're a gay person or lesbian person and you're speaking out against Christianity, God's giving you free will. You have will to do that. And your free will shouldn't be taken by tyranny or dictatorship. But if you switch that around, that's what's being done to Christians. Every time somebody says something about the gay lifestyle or how same-sex marriage ain't right, they have their job taken away from them or threatened, or they're looked at as being exiled in the mass media, or people try to take their platform. Now I ask you, is that right? Is that just? You know, you gays and lesbians, y'all like to talk about being treated right and just. Well, are you being just and fair when you do that to people who talk about your lifestyle and they have an opposite opinion? You're not being fair. Same-sex marriage is foolishness. If you are a man or a woman, get away from it. Okay? So when I see a woman and or she says, "Well, that's my wife," or uh, a man talks about he's staying with another man at home, to me, that's my wife. That's not your wife. No matter what 99-cent preacher you was able to dig up to get to perform the ceremony, that is not your wife or husband. Okay? So let's stop this foolishness. Marriage is the unity of the feminine and the masculine in love and in holiness. Okay? It's godly. What's being done in this same-sex marriage is not godly. It's not true. It's not good on a spiritual or biological level. Okay? The best parents for any child is a normal man and woman who have their mental faculties and their spiritual faculties in order. Don't get me wrong. I don't want nobody being raised by abusive parents, but I do want people being raised by normal parents. And you can say, well, you know, who are you to judge what is normal, abnormal? I'm not judging it. It is the Bible, the word, the scripture, the eternal words of God that have set what is right. And history has proved that if you follow this, it works out. Yeah, you're always going to have problem marriages like any partnership. But by and large, it works. I believe that gays and lesbians trying to impose themselves on marriage are just trying to make their lifestyle fit where it doesn't fit. Okay, if it don't fit and is abnormal, live your life. That's your business. But don't try to come over here to the people who are Christian or Muslim or who have a traditional view of marriage and force yourself on us by taking our institution and mocking it. And then if you say something about it, it's a problem. That's not right. You're not being fair. So once again, same-sex marriage is not real marriage. Okay? And let's stop recognizing it as such. Real marriage is between a man and a woman. You may not like it, but it's true. Well, this is Scott Jones. Talk to y'all later.